A millionaire disguises himself as a waiter, and catches the manager humiliating his best employee. The tray slipped, but it didn't fall. Not because the man holding it was lucky. Because he had learned how to catch things before they shattered. The glasses rattled, the water inside trembling like his breath, but he steadied them just in time. Still, unbelievable. The voice cut through the restaurant like a blade. Every conversation paused, every head turned, and Daniel froze. I swear, the manager continued, stepping forward with slow, exaggerated disappointment, you are the clumsiest excuse for a waiter I've ever seen. A few guests shifted uncomfortably. Others leaned in, curious. Daniel lowered his eyes. I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again. Oh, it won't. The manager snapped. Because I've heard that before. Over and over. Sorry doesn't fix incompetence. The tray in Daniel's hands felt heavier now. Not because of the glasses. But because of the silence around him. Because no one spoke. No one ever did. At the far end of the restaurant, another waiter watched quietly. He wore the same uniform. White shirt, black vest, polished shoes, but something about him was different. He didn't rush. He didn't panic. He observed. His name, tonight, was Adam. But that wasn't his real name. 3 hours earlier, Adam had walked into the restaurant through the back entrance, unnoticed. No luxury car, no tailored suit, no assistant announcing his arrival. Just a simple uniform and a calm expression. The owner of the restaurant chain. A man whose name was printed on contracts, not menus. A millionaire who had built his empire from nothing. And who had learned, the hard way, that numbers could lie, but people rarely did. He had heard rumors. Complaints buried beneath polite emails. Reviews that hinted at something deeper than slow service or cold food. They treat staff badly. Management is harsh. Something feels off. But rumors weren't enough. He needed to see it. So he came in disguise. Not to catch mistakes, but to understand people. And now, he was watching. Look at me when I'm talking to you. The manager barked. Daniel forced himself to raise his eyes. They were tired. Not weak, just tired. I gave you a chance, the manager continued. Actually, I gave you too many chances. And this is how you repay me. By embarrassing this restaurant in front of our guests. I didn't. Don't interrupt me. The words hit harder than they should have. Because they weren't new. Because this wasn't the first time. Adam stepped slightly closer, blending into the background of staff pretending not to listen. But he noticed everything. The tight grip of Daniel's hands. The way he stood. Not defensive, not angry, just holding himself together. And the way the manager spoke. Not to correct, but to humiliate. I should fire you right now, the manager said, his voice rising just enough to draw more attention. In fact, maybe I will. Maybe that's the only way you'll learn. Daniel swallowed. Please, sir, I need this job. A pause. A dangerous one. The manager tilted his head slightly. Need it, he repeated. Everyone needs something. That doesn't make you good at it. A quiet laugh came from one of the tables. Not loud, but loud enough. Adam felt something shift. Not anger. Something colder. Something more focused. I stay late, Daniel said softly. I cover extra shifts. I help train the new staff. And yet, the manager cut in, you still mess up the basics. I caught it, Daniel said, almost instinctively. The tray didn't fall. Barely, the manager snapped. And, barely, isn't good enough here. The room held its breath, because something about Daniel's voice had changed. Not louder, but steadier. I understand, he said. But I'm trying. The manager stepped closer. So try harder. Adam turned away briefly, not because he wasn't interested, but because he had seen enough. Or at least, he thought he had. The shift continued. Orders were taken. Plates were served. Conversations resumed. But something lingered in the air. Something uncomfortable. Adam worked quietly, blending in. He carried trays, refilled glasses, watched, and listened. What he saw didn't match what he expected. Not entirely. Because Daniel, the same man who had just been humiliated, worked harder than anyone else. He moved quickly but carefully. He checked on guests without being intrusive. He helped another waiter who was struggling with a large order. Take table 7, Daniel whispered. I'll handle this one. You sure? The other waiter asked. Yeah, go. No hesitation. No complaint. Later, Adam noticed something else. A family sat near the window. A mother, a father, and a little girl who couldn't have been more than 6. The girl looked upset, pushing her food around her plate. Daniel approached gently. Hey, he said softly, crouching slightly to her level. Is everything okay? She shook her head. I wanted fries, she mumbled. But they said no. The father sighed. She's being picky. It's fine. Daniel smiled. Tell you what, he said quietly. I'll see what I can do. A few minutes later, he returned, with a small plate of fries. Not on the bill, not announced, just given. The girl's face lit up. Thank you. Daniel nodded. Don't tell anyone. It's our secret. Adam watched that moment carefully. Because kindness like that couldn't be faked. An hour passed, then another, and just when the night seemed to settle, the manager returned. Daniel, he called sharply. Daniel turned immediately. Yes, sir. Table 12 says their order is wrong. Daniel frowned slightly. I double-checked it. They ordered. Are you arguing with me again? No, sir. I just. Go fix it, now. Adam glanced at table 12. He had taken that order. He knew it had been correct. Daniel approached the table politely. I'm sorry for the confusion, he said. Let me fix that for you right away. The customer barely looked at him. It's fine, she said dismissively. Just be faster next time. Back in the kitchen, the manager was waiting. I don't know how you keep messing things up, he said. It wasn't wrong, Daniel replied quietly. But I'll fix it anyway. That's the problem, the manager said. You always have an excuse. Daniel didn't respond, because he knew this wasn't about the order. Adam stepped forward. Sir, he said calmly. The manager turned. What? I took that order, Adam said. It was correct. A pause. Sharp. Unexpected. The manager's expression hardened. And who are you? New staff, Adam replied. Then here's a piece of advice, the manager said coldly. Stay out of things that don't concern you. The kitchen fell silent. Every movement slowed, every ear listening. Adam held his gaze. Not aggressive, not submissive, just steady. With respect, he said, it concerns the team. The manager let out a short laugh. Oh, you're one of those, he said. The team player. He stepped closer. Let me make something clear. I run this place. Not you. Not him. Me. Daniel stepped in slightly. It's okay, he said to Adam. I'll handle it. But Adam didn't move. Because now, this wasn't just observation anymore. You run it, Adam said, but that doesn't mean you're always right. The words landed heavier than expected, because no one had ever said that before. The manager's face darkened. You're out of line. Maybe, Adam said, or maybe someone needed to say it. For a moment, it felt like everything might explode. Then, something unexpected happened. Daniel spoke. Stop. Both men turned to him. It's not worth it, Daniel said quietly. Please. His voice wasn't weak. It was tired, but still, kind. I'll fix the order, he continued. Let's just move on. Adam looked at him, really looked, and in that moment, he understood something he hadn't before. Daniel wasn't quiet because he was afraid. He was quiet because he chose peace. Because he didn't want conflict. Because he cared more about others than about proving himself right. That realization changed everything. The rest of the shift passed without incident. But the tension never fully disappeared. At closing time, the staff gathered briefly. Tired, silent, ready to go home. The manager stood at the front. Tomorrow, I expect better, he said. Especially from you, Daniel. No response, just nods. Then, Adam stepped forward. Before we leave, he said, I think there's something everyone should hear. The manager frowned. This isn't the time. I disagree, Adam said calmly. Something in his tone made people listen. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a small card, and placed it on the counter. The manager glanced at it, then froze. Because printed on that card was a name he recognized. Not from schedules, not from staff lists, but from contracts, from ownership documents, From the very foundation of the business. The color drained from his face. This, he started, his voice uncertain. This isn't. It is, Adam said. Silence. Heavy. Absolute. I came here tonight, he continued, to understand how this place is really run. His gaze moved across the room. I didn't need reports. He looked back at the manager. I needed to see it. No one moved. No one spoke. And I did. The manager swallowed. I can explain. I'm sure you can, Adam said. But I've already heard enough. He turned slightly, looking at Daniel. And I've seen enough. The room held its breath. Because this was the moment everything would change.